Hi, y'all. All right, here we are. First video. So, a little backstory. First of all, there was a charter committee formed last year, or this year, I guess, and each council member got to appoint a person, and they attacked the charter step by step with legal representation for the city and then legal representation for the board, kind of all working together to clean up our city charter. It's the Bible in which our city runs. So there are over 20 items, and I'm going to try and go through them as quick as I can. But if you need more information, the videos are actually available online at mybigspring.com. And then you go to media, I believe, and you can get to the archived city charter committee meetings. And there are quite a few of them, and they are lengthy. So I'm going to give you a real short version of what's going on. So let's see here. The first one is City Proposition A. Now, each one of these is going to start out with the words amending the charter of the city of Big Spring. Proposition A is by deletion and revision to require and ensure compliance with state law. And what that means is when our charter does not match state law, we're going to go ahead and change it right then and there as soon as the new law passes. And then within 2 years, it'll be on the ballot to correct it by vote. Now, anytime the state mandates something, which one of these that we're doing today, or probably more than one, are mandated by the state. So I'll explain it to you, and that's what those future elections will kind of look like. Prop B is amending the charter of the city of Big Spring by deleting and amending those provisions which are redundant of state law, duplicative of other sections of the charter, or otherwise unnecessary for placement in the charter. Now, what that means is that anywhere that we are basically repeating ourselves, we're going to be able to clean that up. You're allowing the city to do that by voting yes for Prop B. Prop C, to require council members to reside in the district in which they are intended to be elected. That means no more at large. It is now you can run for any district you want. If I live on the west side, but if I want to run for Kentwood's district, I can. We're going to clean that up. You can't do it anymore. You can only be elected if you live in your district. Now, what if nobody in your district wants to run? That's a kink that we'll deal with when we get to it, I guess, or maybe there's a cure. City Prop C is that's the one that I just said. City Prop D, by clarifying that the city attorney, the internal auditor, and the city judge are appointed by the city council. So the city council gets to appoint those three positions, employ them, and deal with their contract. Proposition E. Now remember earlier I was talking about a state mandated proposition. This is one of those. By providing for gender neutral pronouns. So instead of the charter saying councilman, it will now say council person, and that is mandated by the state. So even if you voted no on that one, they got to change it anyway because there's a state regulation saying so. So Proposition F, to authorize city council to either 1, appoint an individual to a vacancy, or 2, call a special session to fill a vacancy when there are less than 180 days remaining in the term of the office to be filled. Now, what that means is right now, if it is under 180 days, the only choice the city has is to appoint. And if someone quits the city council or mayor's job with more than 180 days right now, it's mandated. It has to go to an election. So this is just changing the 180 days and less, and it's given an option. We can either go vote or the city can appoint. Proposition G is to clarify how the existing term limits are applied. So there's always been an argument that you could serve 6 years or 2 terms as city council and then go serve 6 years or 2 terms as mayor. And they're all members of the city council, and you can't do that according to the way it was intended when it was written. And we're going to clarify that to where the most you can sit on any seat on city council is 6 years at a time. And then when you're out, you have to sit out 6 years. So if you vote yes on this, like the people that just got out this last term, still have to sit out there 6 years before they can run for mayor or whatever. All right, and then let's see. Proposition H, to clarify when a resignation of office occurs when a council member is appointed to or becomes a candidate for any local, state, or federal office. And what we did with that, I think, if I remember right, is that applies to, let's say a mayor wants to run for judge, or a councilman wants to run for mayor against a mayor, or even when there's an opening. If they, so let's say our mayor pro tem, Nick, wanted to run for mayor when in this next election when Shannon's up, then this clarifies whether he has to give up his seat or not to make that run. I'm not sure which. I think he does. I think if he decides to run for mayor, he has to. And then because of term limits, I think he can only serve 1 term as mayor. So that's the way that works. All right. So that's about a third of them, and it's already over 6 minutes. So I'm going to end this video, and I'll pick up with the next video right where this one ended or close. Thanks. Bye.